Okay, so let's go to today's topic, tech topic. So the OAuth 2.0 and the OpenID Connect. Why I brought this one here is because the OAuth 2.0 and the OpenID Connect is everywhere. Including if you want to create the own the trading bot, you still need to have this authentication. And the authentication is critical the knowledge now. So before going further, before making your own trading bot or anything, like if you want to get use some API, you still have to know about this meaning of this auth and also authentication. So today I will just bring this topic. This is one of the examples. This is I just grabbed from the trade station, and they also explain about how we can log in via the API. The response type, client ID, audience, and the redirect URL scope. The terminology we have to know, like, because this is mandatory to if you want to know about, if you want to log in and with OAuth 2.0 or the OpenID Connect, you have to know about the meaning of this. So we will talk about this today. So previously, the long time ago, maybe like 90 or 2000, early 2000, what we did is we just have like a simple login on simple login, like username and password. That's it. There's nothing much more. It's just we have the database for the user database, and also the password, right? We just store, we just let user log in with username and password. Those are stored in the database, and then every time user is coming back, we just let them do the same things again. So that is a very simplest way we did before. But now these things brought us the security and the maintenance issue. So that's why they start doing the different way of the authorization. How they did is, this is one way. For example, example here is Yelp. So the Yelp is the website, right? So like you can find the restaurant and those stuff. They previously ask the user, give me your email address and give me the email's password. That's what they did before. And by doing that, they trying to, okay, so we trying to retrieve your contact information, and then we will send our information, Yelp the information, to your contact people. That's what they did. So they ask the user to give us your password, which is bad, because like you have to trust this company, and but again, like you're giving the password means like you are giving the whole control to this other third-party company. So I trust the Gmail. I kind of trust Yelp. I want Yelp to have access to my contact only, right? So if we want to give them, not giving them the password, but if we want to give them only the contact, then how we can do that? Previously, there's no way we could do that. But now, we have the OAuth 2.0. So how the OAuth 2.0 works, we firstly trying to log in. Then when we try to log in, it's not logging to the Yelp's account. Yelp's the domain. We trying to log in the Google first, because like we are giving the Google's contact, right? So the information we want to share with Yelp. The purpose of this is we will share the contact, the contact from the Google to the Yelp. So that is how the purpose of this. So firstly, press a button, like any like a Google button, how this works is, if I press a button, they will take us to account.google.com, which is, they will give us the question about this email and the password. So after that, I will just type my email and password. Then eventually, they will take me to they will ask me to, okay, allow Yelp to access your public profile and then contact. Say yes and then no. If I say yes, then this one will take me to the redirect URL, which is this yelp.com callback. Then after that, from there, if I say yes, then I will share my contact to this Yelp. That is how this OAuth works, OAuth 2.0 works. So there's several terminology in the OAuth 2.0. Resource center, resource owner. In this case, in this map, the resource owner is me, because like, I'm having this each contact. For example, I have the friend A, friend B, friend C. This friend, the contact, belong to this Google account. I'm the owner. I'm the owner of this the contact information. So that's why this resource owner is me. Client is Yelp. If I want to share my contact information with somebody, then that somebody is client. Okay, so the authorization server, this is account.google.com. They will take me to the account server, and then eventually this account.google.com, that is just a login place. Then the resource server is api.google.com, which is they will serve this account information, the contact information. So the authorization grant, account.google.com, they will give me the grant, the authorization. So that's why authorization grant is account.google.com. This could be the separated, but in this example, it's same. Redirect URL, they will take me to the URL, which is a yelp.com callback. So that is eventually I say yes, then eventually I will give them, share my contact information with the Yelp. Then access token. So the access token is kind of key, which next time if I use this access token, I can share the contact with Yelp without logging. So that is an access token. So that is how this authorization, the OAuth 2.0 works. Firstly, we have to go to the account server, the account.google.com. Then eventually I will type. Then eventually they will ask me, and then they will take me to the URL, redirect URL. Eventually I will give this contact information to share with the Yelp. So there are two ways they can do. This is a back-end channel, and the another one is a front-end channel. The back-end channel is a high secured way, and the front-end channel is a less secured way. And then so this is a back-end channel. How we do is basically, okay, so firstly I will, this is it's same, okay, so I will take the Yelp will take me to the account.google.com if I try to press a button in the Google. Then eventually they will give me the authorization code. Then after that I say, I have to say like yes or no for the account.google.com, whether it's okay to share my information. Then if I say yes, then eventually I will, this backend will give us the authorization code. This authorization code is maybe like stay only 1 minute or so. Eventually it's going to redirect to URL. From the redirect to URL, by using this authorization code, I will share this contact.google.com contact information with Yelp. Then eventually I get the access token. Then from the access token, I can, without login, next time if I use this access token, I can do the same things again. Means like share this contact information. So all we need here is client ID. This client ID is the identification of the client. So it's kind of fixes the information. Redirect URL, which is in this case is a callback URL, right? Then scope. Why the scope? Scope is like what you want to share. For example, if this time I brought the example as a profile, right? But it could be anything, like the email address or phone number, age, or anything, like any a profile or other things too, like lead, those information. Also, we call it the scope. The response type, this could be the different, like for example, Google or anything like this is OAuth 2.0. They have like a different type of the code, like the response type. For example, I can give the token and the authorization code together, or I can separate that stuff, or I don't give you anything. Anything will happen from this response type. So I can differentiate by changing this response type. That is the meaning of this response type. The state, I think this doesn't matter. Okay, so the exchange code for the access token, eventually after I grab the authorization code, eventually I will switch to the access token, and then before getting this access token, I will probably client secret. For example, this one is an authorization code, right? The bottom one is authorization code. So once I log in and say yes, eventually, because like this access token is also very important things, and it has to be secret. We shouldn't share this access token with other people. So that's why we have this access token stored in the backend. Because if I store this access token in the client side, if something happens in the client side, for example, browser, right? If the browser leaks this access token, everybody can share by using my access token, they can get my other information. So that's why access token is very important information. So that's why before going to further front end, how we can protect our information, means like our access token. We have the two phase. One is we use this authorization code. Eventually, if this authorization code is correct, then even I can get this access token. But access token is stored in the backend. Front end is only thing. This is the client secret, client ID, and the authorization code. Then this is the authorization server returned access token. Means like eventually if everything is okay, then they will give us the access token. And this access token is usable for next time without login. And that's why they have this expired time. So another one, so this is another way. This is a front end side. Back end side is like that. So back end side is basically we have to store the information in the backend, access token in the backend. But this one is okay. We don't go through any authorization code. We just give the access token directly. How we can differentiate? Again, this one is response type. So from the response type, if I just give you the token, then I just give the token directly to the client side. This is another way, but this is not so secure compared to the backend side. Why we bring the backend is because like intermediate the server will secure your access token. For this case is you just log in then from the client, eventually they will take me to the the user the box like email and the password. Eventually I will just type and then log in. Then it's the same thing. Allow Yelp to access your public profile and the contact. If I say yes, then eventually they will directly give me the token. Then with this token, I can share this contact information with Yelp. Next time again, without login, I can share. But this access token has a timer. If the timer is expired, again I have to go through this process. Okay, so this is how the authorization OAuth 2.0 works. So maybe like until 2014, this was popular. Every place was used this authorization 2.0. Now they introduced a new one, OpenID Connect. Why is OpenID Connect? That is just one slight layer they added on top of this OAuth 2.0. So it's not much difference this two, but however, it's more it's convenient. So I will just explain here how the OpenID works. So the OpenID, again, the same thing. I have to go through same process, login, and email password, and then allow Yelp to access your public profile, right? Then eventually, if I say yes, okay, that's okay, then they will take me to the redirect URL. Eventually, if I redirect the URL, they will give me the authorization code. But it depends on the response type. If I say okay, just give me because this is the OpenID, so they can give me the different things. What is the different things? They give me the information of the user. Previously, OAuth 2.0. We didn't care about like who is who is logging. Like that, we just give them the authorization code, but that time they didn't still recognize like who is in there. So after they log in, they can get this the JWT, and then what this JWT is. This one is including if I so encode this one, decode this one, then the information of this is like this, like the name and then the email or those kind of things. So I will give this information when we log in here. Then eventually the rest of the stuff is the same thing. After that, I can give the token, the access token. Then from the access token, they can share the again like this account information with others. For this case, is a Yelp. Okay, so yes, so that is how the OpenID works. So the OpenID is basically the difference between the OAuth 2.0 and the OpenID. OAuth 2.0 is it's just like I say, like after you grab this the access token without login, you can still share your information, but it's partially. Okay, it doesn't give everything. It's just to give the partial things. As for this OpenID Connect, what is difference is after user login, and then if I say yes, okay, I want to get the access token, but at the same time, they will recognize who I am. So how they can do that? They can give me this JWT. Then with this JWT, I will store this information in my side, and then next time I can use this one. Also, I can also use like access token. So these two difference only. Yeah. Okay. So that is it. But just to remind, when you try to create the when you try to log in any API or any if you want to create any trading bot or anything, this is the information: response type, client ID, and the directory URL. At least you understand maybe how this works and then what's the meaning of this. So maybe you have to write a code. Okay, so you probably grab some of the source code from sample code, but now you probably need to understand, and then you need to understand from this graph. Maybe each one of this information is very important, especially the authorization. But and then this one is not only the trading bot, but also you can use any API too. So hopefully you understand the meaning of this, and the next time when you're trying to create or call the API, use this and then digest the meaning of this, the document, hopefully easily. Okay, so that's it for today. Thank you so much.